بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Dear respected elders, mothers, brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, by the fadl of Allah Azza wa Jal, we have completed the 15th juz of the Quran Kareem tonight. Walhamdulillah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us, inshallah, our recitation, our listening, our standing, our qiyam, our ruku. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal that He accepts it in His court. And inshallah He grants us the tawfiq to continue to the end, inshallah, continuously. Tonight we recited from Surah Al-Kahf, where Allah Azza wa Jal speaks about this tremendous and amazing story about the people of the cave. And inshallah, very, very briefly, I just wish to mention a few points and we'll wrap up, inshallah. These youth that were in the cave, who were these people, first of all? These were youth. They were young people. They were not seniors of their society. They were not people that had a lot of influence. They were not people that had positions. These were young men, young women, young men who lived in their societies, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them aql. Allah gave them hidayah and understanding that our community and our society, this idol worship that they're involved in, this completely goes against logic. It doesn't make sense. There is one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the one that should be worshipped. So they had their big festival. And during their festival, they were going to do all of their rituals and all of these things. And you had this group of youth that was remaining steadfast, and they did not want to attend this festival. And subhanallah, initially, each one of these youngsters, in their hearts, they had iman. They didn't expose it to anybody. They didn't know each other. They didn't know that there's another group of people that are just like them. You know, a lot of times in this day and age, we all feel like we can't do anything on our own. Of course, company helps. That's a fact. Your company and the people that you surround yourself with, it helps you a lot. But at the same time, we have to understand that as individuals, we're responsible for ourselves. Don't make excuses that it's the 21st century. Don't make excuses that I don't have friends, and I don't have this, and I don't have that. When it comes to being a Muslim, you are responsible for yourself. Each one of these youth, they believed in Allah as one on their own, without anybody telling them anything. And what happened when the festival took place? One by one, each one of them, they went underneath a nearby tree. They didn't want to go to the festival. They went outside, they went somewhere to the side. They said, we're not going to go to the festival, let's just wait here by this tree. Anywhere outside, anywhere we can stand, but we're not going to go to that festival where they're doing all of this shirk. So one of the youngsters, he comes and he stands. And after a short time, what happens? The second one comes and he stands in the same area underneath the tree. Short while passes later, the third one comes and he's standing under the tree. And like this, one by one, they come and then they form a group. Now look at this, subhanallah, that initially, each one of them doesn't know the other person. They don't know what's in the other person's heart. And they know, if I expose myself that I am a believer in one God, and I'm against this shirk that the kings of our times and all of these people are involved in, my life could be in danger. So they didn't tell anyone. But each one of them, they're standing under this tree, and they're not telling the next person why they're standing there. So you could imagine, they're kind of just like standing there. I'm standing here because I have iman. I don't want to go to the festival. This person, I'm not sure why he's standing here. The other guy, I'm not sure. And each one, they're also thinking in their own hearts, I'm here because I'm a believer. That guy, I'm not sure why he's here. I can't tell him anything. But subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in their hearts. And they told each other, why are you standing here? What are we here for? This shirk that they're doing, there's no such thing as idols. There's only one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is when they formed their jama'ah and they formed their group. The point that I wish to make, respected listeners, from this incident is one thing. When a believer has a pure and sincere intention, right? Each one of these kids, what did they have? What was special about them? They had intention in their hearts. We're not going to that festival. Whatever we do, we're going to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we're not going to do shirk. We have made that commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because their niyyah, their intention was so strong, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitated and made it possible that Allah made them come together. Allah brought them together like a magnet. One from there, one from there, one from there. They all came together and they joined in this mission. Respected listeners, if you are sincere in your quest to become Allah's friend, if you are sincere in your quest to become a good Muslim, Allah will make the right things in front of you. Allah will put you in the places that you need to be. Allah Azza wa Jal will surround you with the people that you need to be surrounded by. There was a great alim, great man in our history. His name was Alqama, rahimahullah ta'ala. And he was once traveling from his locality and he was relocating to a new place. And he was moving. So he made this dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, Allahumma yassir li jalisan saliha. He said, Ya Allah, I'm leaving my locality. I'm going to a new place. I don't know who the people are. When I was here in my hometown, I had good company. I had good people surrounding me. I had my masjid. I had a way for me to be connected to you, Ya Allah. But now I'm going to a new place. His intention was clean. The first thing he said is what? Ya Allah, give me a good companion. Give me good friends. Give me good people that I'll be surrounded with, that are going to remind me of you. So what happens? He goes, I think it was Kufa, Wallahu A'lam, I can't remember exactly where it was. But he relocates to the new town, wherever it was that he moved. And he's performing salah. And he's making this dua. Allahumma yassir li jalisan salihan. And subhanallah, he sees that right next to him, there's a person that's performing salah, and he's a special person. You can tell from the way people are looking at him, people are treating him. He knows this is somebody that's very, very special. He engages in a conversation with him and lets him know that he's a newcomer and he's from out of town, and that he's looking for good company and what his intention is in this new place. And subhanallah, when he introduces himself, he says, my name is Alqama, and eventually he finds out who is this person that was performing salah right next to him, shoulder to shoulder. Sayyiduna Abu Darda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Look at that. Because of his niyyah, because of his dua, because he was sincere, Allah made however many thousands of miles that he traveled, Allah made it such that the companion of my Rasul will be shoulder to shoulder with you. My beloved Rasul, his companion is going to be your teacher. His companion, the Sahabi, is going to be your good company that you asked for. Subhanallah. So like this, respected listeners, with the niyyah that you make, the sincerity that you have, Allah will make the things happen for you. وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ إِذَا طَلَعَتْ تَزَاوَرُوا عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ. Look at the power of niyyah. Look at the power of intention. Look at the power of commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these are some of the karamat and the miracles which are in Surah Al-Kahf. Our time is short, so we're not going to go into the details, just a few points. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you see وَتَرَى الشَّمْسَ, you see the sun that when it's rising, تَزَاوَرُ عَنْ كَهْفِهِمْ, it moves away from their cave. ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ, left and right, the sunlight is going away from their cave. Because we know the story, Allah put them to sleep inside of the cave. Now if the sunlight is going to directly fall on them, what's going to happen? They're going to wake up. And when the Maghrib time would take place, وَإِذَا غَرَبَتْ تَقْرِضُهُمْ ذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ, the sun would move away from them also when the sun would be setting. SubhanAllah. Just think about this. As long as you have been alive, have you ever seen the sun change its course? What a remarkable thing, that the celestial bodies change their movements. You know how big the sun is? You know how hot the sun is? You know how many centuries the sun has been following its same movement? The niyyah of these kids, these children, was so powerful. The sun changed its course to facilitate for these kids. Imagine the niyyah. Imagine how powerful. Wallahi, sometimes we don't understand and we don't realize how powerful niyyah could be. We just need to make it. Niyyatul mu'mini khayrun min amalihi. Your niyyah is even greater than your amal. Your niyyah is pure. Your niyyah, based on your niyyah, innamal a'malu bin niyyat. Based on your intention, the rewards are unlimited, respected listeners. The rewards are unlimited. Broaden your horizons. You know, I remember when we were in South Africa studying, every student on their desk, they had a big piece of paper and they tied it to their desk. What is my niyyah, why I'm here studying? Why did I come halfway across the world to sit here and study and learn the deen? What's my niyyat? Every day we would read that paper and remind ourselves. And subhanallah, you would see some people 25 niyats, 50 niyats, 75 niyats, some people 2 pages full of niyats and intentions. I am here studying so I could fix myself, so I could help my family, so I could help my community, so I could have intercession, shafa'ah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You name it, niyat, 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 niyat. When you come to the masjid, make as many niyats as you can. Ya Allah, you can make niyat on your own. You think of it yourself. This is a personal connection between you and Allah. Ya Allah, I'm stepping towards your masjid so that I can step into your Jannah. Ya Allah, I'm stepping towards your home. This distance you put me away from the fire. Ya Allah, I am coming to your house. You open the doors of your rahmah. You open the doors of your sustenance. Ya Allah, I've come to your house and place of safety in this dunya. You give me a place in your place of safety in the akhirah, in Jannah. Niyat, as much as you can. And I'll end off with this last point, respected listeners. One of the miracles in Surah Al-Kahf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. These youth, they were in the cave for over 300 years. So what does Allah Azza wa Jal say? We turn them, ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. We would turn them over and over on their bodies. In other words, the 300 years didn't go by where they were on one side. But instead, what happened? Time through time, Allah Azza wa Jal would turn their bodies over and over. Right? And subhanallah, if you see today, modern day medical practices. My brother told me this, mashallah, he's working as a nurse. He said every few hours for the patients that are having difficulties moving, what's the nurse's job? You have to come, وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ. You have to turn them. If they're on the left side, you have to turn them on the right side. If they're on the right side, you have to turn them on the left side. Because if you don't do this, the bodies will get sores, they could get blood clots, they could get other types of things. So subhanallah, look, our Quran is full of miracles. These scientific clues, these scientific facts, this is one of many which is in the Quran. So inshallah we'll end off here, and inshallah tomorrow we'll continue a little bit more. We ask Allah Azza wa Jal that He grants us all the tawfiq and the ability to appreciate the Quran, to understand the miraculous nature of this book, and understand that this book is la rayba fihi. This is a book, there is absolutely no doubts in this. Every harf in this book has come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has given us this treasure. How much are we reading this treasure and connecting with this treasure? This is the month of Ramadan. Inshallah, this is the month that we must build the connection with the book of Allah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.